Well, hello there and welcome to the very first episode of F1 2019. The game is here nice and early in June instead of a usual late August release, which was a nice surprise to all of us. So this is the main hub then, this is the main screen. There's various little things here to look at as well. We've got mail over here, we've got a calendar. I think the calendar's quite cool. I've already browsed over the menu and gone and looked at a few things anyway just before I started recording. So we've got things here like scheduled maintenance. Codemasters are going to be doing weekly scheduled maintenance and every Monday, which is nice to see. The pink one here, this is actually this is what do you call it? This is the real life calendar, if you like, which is quite nice. We've just had the French Grand Prix this weekend. We've got Austria, and we've got other events up here as well. We've got the esports series pro draft as well. We've got an event there that's taking place in the 17th. Oh, I'm not too bothered about that. I'm never going to qualify for an esports event. Game options, of course, you can go on there to calibrate and change everything around. I've already been on there to sort out all my buttons and stuff that I use on the pad, because I use like unlike most people on the pad, they'll use L2 and R2 to accelerate or brake. I use them for the gears, so it sort of gives me that flappy paddle gearbox feel, if you like, that I've been accustomed to for the best part of 20 years. Other little buttons I've moved around as well. We've got weekly events, we've got leagues. This is quite a cool addition. This is online, but you can essentially come in here as anyone. You can find the league and you can create your own league. So if you just click on find league, for example, there you go. Look, there's loads of different leagues here that various people have set up and various people are already like part of. There's one here called Manon. I'm not too sure what that's about, but you look here, there's drivers that have already joined it, sort of thing. So you can actually run your own sort of little league on here, which is quite cool as well. And there's obviously a calendar and league history there as well. And also for the first time, which was a really nice surprise, when the initial trailer dropped a few months ago, it showed silhouetted F2 car at the end, and everyone got really excited, thinking, oh wow, they finally got the copyright rights, I should say, for the F2 championship. And here it is. So you can the F2 championship, you could do a full championship, which I think is 12 or 13 rounds, which features a feature and a sprint race in each round, and you can choose pretty much every driver and every team that competed in the 2018 season. We've been told by Codemasters that if F2 is your thing and you want to drive these cars a lot, at some point in the near future there will be a patch or an update or DLC or whatever on the game, which will either wipe the 2018 roster off and put the 2019 drivers on, or you have the option to race in both the 2018 and 2019 season. For example, here's the Carlin team. And one of the drivers is Lando Norris, who of course this season is in McLaren, so this is a 2018 lineup. It's all very nice and cool. I probably won't spend too much time in the F2 Championship, to be honest with you. We've got other things on here. So solo mode, then you can do obviously a new career. You can take part in the iconic F1 2019 career, the Grand Prix mode, championships and time trial, where all the sweaty drivers will be on, setting lap times and setups. Multiplayer, of course, we've got weekly events, leagues. You can have ranked or unranked races to improve your online credibility, and you can also have local area network games as well, which has been on here for years. Esports page, and this is, I won't spend too much time here, this is obviously all about the esports events that are taking place throughout the next couple of months, current standings and the calendar and all the drivers in that. Customization, you can edit your own livery now onto your multiplayer car if you so see fit. Same for the driver as well. You can put a helmet and a race livery on there. A race-suited livery, I should say, and you can have a badge as well. I'm not too sure what that means. It's just a badge you can have. Then you've got the showroom as well, where you can look at all the cars from the F2 season, all the classic cars that are on this game, and all the cars competing in the F1 2019 season as well. Showroom, basically just have a look around the car and see what it looks like. And then theatre mode here, you can see that there's some highlights. I did a little a little Grand Prix race there at China, just to get used to the car a little bit. I only did a couple of laps, and for some unknown reason it's saved it. I'm not too sure why, but there we go. So we'll go back to the home screen then, if you like, and we'll start a new career.
In F1 2019, you'll be invited to start your career by selecting a Formula 2 team. Driving for this team, you'll experience some key moments of a Formula 2 season, a thrill-packed racing championship in its own right, and the springboard to Formula 1. At the end of this feeder series, your choice of driver academy and your performance in F2 will determine the terms of the contracts offered by the teams as you embark upon your career in Formula 1 and begin to write your own chapter of motorsport history.
So indeed, very cool. So then a lot of people thought that when the F2 sort of career was announced, or the F2 cars were announced, it was a case of, well, you go into career mode and you could start at the bottom in F2, work your way up, become a champion or do very well, and then get promoted to F1. It's not the case. We've got 3 different scenario events. The first one will be taking place at Spain, the second one at Austria, and the third one will be the season finale at Abu Dhabi. I haven't looked too much into it. I don't know what the cutscenes are like. I don't know what the scenarios are going to be like. It's just there are 3 scenarios that you have to get through to determine how well you do going into F1. I've been told that no matter how good or how bad you do, you are guaranteed to get into F1. It's just the better you do, I think the better contract terms you can get from some of the teams. So these are the teams that we can choose in. I'm going to choose Carlin. And then the select a driver academy. So this is basically a driver academy. Whichever one you sign for, it doesn't necessarily mean you can only sign for those teams. It means that once you reach F1, these particular teams in this academy, so for example the Mercedes Academy has Mercedes, Williams and Racing Point. I hate calling them Racing Point, I still want to call them Force India. And you've got the Ferrari one, which obviously has Ferrari, the Haas and the Alfa Romeo team. The Red Bull one, obviously Red Bull and Toro Rosso. The Renault have their own academy, as do McLaren. You can select no academy, but it's always good to sign with an academy. For example, if you sign with this one, then all 3 of these teams will look slightly favourable on you at the beginning and throughout your career, and could lead to better career opportunities as you go on. So I'm tied between, I don't want to do these ones because there's only a few options here, so it's either Ferrari or Mercedes. To be honest, where do I want to see myself in a few years time in this career mode? Do I want to be driving a Ferrari or Mercedes? I want to be driving a Ferrari, so that's the one we'll do. We'll sign with the Ferrari Academy and we'll get these F2 scenarios on the go.
Carlin's new driver really commanding the race here. Devon Butler still ruthlessly giving chase. These two have been really scrapping it out for the early wins in the championship. And something's wrong. Butler sees his chance. Some kind of mechanical failure. Picking up speed again. It's unclear what the issue was. Can they still finish this race?
But you're very close to the finish. You can still compete and get some points here. Don't give up. Just do the best you can. We're all behind you. Looks like an issue with the turbo. You've lost some speed at the top end.
So here we go then, the countdown timer comes on. I've lost the turbo, so I've lost the lead of this race, and I'm probably going to be slow in a straight line. Oh god, you've got to brake so early in these cars. They're not like the F1 cars, obviously.
Your teammate is approaching and wants to get past. Repeat, Lucas wants to pass you.
So I've got Lucas Webber behind me, who's requested to get past because I'm holding him up, and if I let him go, I assume he can probably go after a podium or something like that. So I've got a choice now whether to hold him up and think about it myself or let him go. But to be honest,
Wants to pass you.
yeah, he wants to pass me, and I've got no turbo, and he's right behind me.
He's the best one to challenge for points further up the field.
This is probably the best chance he's got to get past me. Come on, mate. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't want to lose time either. So if ever does go past, that drops us down to 6th place. And now we can try and hold on to this.
Lucas could push on now.
Yep, let him go. No point holding up the teammate, really.
Lucas wants me to pass on his thanks. I know it's frustrating, but you made the right call for the team. Now we're all with you. Just bring it home as best you can.
Yeah, a bit frustrating to lose the turbo like that and lose the lead of the race as well. But we'll try and hold on to this 6th place if we can. Lap 35 or 37. So across the line then, lap 36 or 37, that's Latifi behind. He's a couple of seconds back, and Webber has passed, caught and passed Luca Giotto. So he's now up into 4th place and can maybe go after a potential podium, which would be good for him and the team. And all we've got to do is just maintain this 6th place if we can. Car feels okay, a little bit understeery. Not as quick as an F1 car, of course. In the brakes, you've got to brake so early. And the gap to Latifi still around the 1.8, 1.9 bracket, so that's good. So around the final corner to start the final lap. Webber has just set the fastest lap and he's going for a podium.
Final lap of the race.
Latifi's taken 6/10 out of me this lap. Still got me turbo issues. But I think we can hold on to the 6th place at least. we've run wide though. Oh, that's going to hurt us. Oh, I've been punted up the rear as well. Well, I had to get back on the circuit somehow.
The gap behind us is 4.4 seconds.
Oh, he's got front wing damage. Oh, it was a brave move up the inside.
Nice move. Good job.
Kept him out of it though. So we've lost 6th place to Latifi after running wide. Devon Butler wins the race. And Webber sets the fastest lap at the end as well. I think he was 3rd in the end, so well done to him. We're going to come across the line unless we balls up the final quarter in 7th. So we do pick up some points. Should have been 6th really, but I made a mistake there.
Hey, look, I know that wasn't easy letting me pass, but it was the right choice. It was good driving.
Yeah, that's how I describe it, mate. Just good, not great. 1 in 6. 1 in 6 makes the leap to F1. The other 5 are still watching their less talented teammates collect all their points. Shame, really. A lot of great drivers never get their chance because they do it all for the team.
Those teams got us here.
Yeah, but it's the drivers that take the risk. We should get the rewards. You ever won a race in F1? That's how winners think.
And remind me, how many F1 races have you won?
Watch this space. At the end of this championship, I'll be the one lifting the trophy, and I won't use my teammates to nick the podium.
Okay, I'm out. You believe what you want, Devon, but it's still early days.
He's either very clever or you're just a pushover. You really think if the situation was reversed, he'd do the same for you? You want to start looking out for yourself. No one else will.
Look at them go! Devon Butler locked in wheel-to-wheel racing with his championship rival, desperate to shut them down and stop them getting past. And there's contact! Butler simply left them nowhere to go. There was just no way for them to have avoided that. And look, there's significant damage. Not sure if that was down to recklessness or sheer aggression, but I'm sure the stewards are going to have something to say very shortly.
So an aggressive move from Devon Butler there by the looks of it.
Don't give up. You're still in this race.
Let's try and push on now and see what we can do. If we can catch him or not. He might get a penalty, we'll have to wait and see. We're on fresh tyres though, so let's try and push, get back in the points at least.
Okay, the stewards have awarded Devon a penalty. Push on. You can still catch him. You can still beat him.
Okay, Devon has a penalty. Not too sure what it is. Same purple sectors. One move done.
A couple of places up on you.
New fastest lap. So coming across the line, it's like lap 39 of 40. We are gaining on like Luca Giotto and everyone else, but I think it's going to be too little too late. Oh, I've massively outbraked myself there. That's killed it. Final couple of corners and behind Roberto Meri. And it's going to be 9th place. Ah, damn it.
Hey, Devon. Devon, stop.
Not now, I'm busy.
Hey, what are you doing out there? Seriously.
I'm gonna celebrate my excellent drive.
We saw what you did. It was reckless. You should have been black flagged.
And I wasn't because it was my line. You were in my space. You shouldn't have been. Next time, stay out of my way.
No, someone could have been hurt.
And that didn't happen, so what's your problem?
My problem is that your actions out there are too dangerous.
Listen, contact happens, okay? Took my penalty, I kept it focused, kept it smooth, and came out on top. That's racing. Every time I make a tough move, do you want to play race director? Then quit driving and take the job. Until then, I don't owe you anything.
Devon, you don't get it. It's not me you should be apologizing to.
Look, you grab your space on the track, and then it's all or nothing. It's just how it goes. And anyway, you still couldn't beat me, even with my penalty. So no hard feelings, okay? Not from my end anyway. Chin up.
So here we are in Abu Dhabi. Each and every event in the Formula 2 calendar has led us here to this, the final event of the championship, and one that promises to be a spectacle every bit as exciting as we might have hoped. So the Yas Island circuit offers 21 corners and a lap distance of around 3.4 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 8 and 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed, and plenty of excitement for the fans, no doubt. Joining me for one last time here this year is Davide Valsecchi. Davide, I'm glad you're here, because I think I'm going to need help processing all this. Surely, this is as exciting as it gets.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. It's the perfect finale. 2 drivers, rivals of season, now going into the final race, tied on points. Both way out in front at the top of the standings, meaning whichever of these 2 drivers cross the line first will be crowned champion. I can't wait.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon, and the next time we see each other, you'll be the F2 World Champion. No pressure then. Good luck.
Oh, no pressure at all. Right, we go into the final scenario. Level on points with Devon, but he's ahead by virtue of more race wins. So we have to finish ahead of Devon Butler and be in the points as well. The race strategy, it's the sprint mode race, not the feature, it's the sprint mode. So it's just 11 laps, a pit stop not required. You can get to the end on the medium tyres, that's fine. So it's crucial that we don't make a mistake or pick up any damage, because that will really hurt our chances. I don't know where we are on the grid. P8 it says on my dash readout. I don't know where Devon is. I assume he's ahead of us, so we'll start the race and see if we can make this magic happen. So hold the clutch, build the revs. Lights coming on now. Out they go, and away we go. There's Butler, 4th, 5th.
Devon's currently in P5.
Absolutely crucial for us to keep it clean.
That start was okay. Now stay alert for threats around you.
Okay, we've got a good back to Fuoco, so we can just focus ahead now. Oh! Try to work around the outside of Fukuzumi here. Oh, our brake's really early there. I'm very nervous. So I don't know how the AI is going to handle. I don't know how these cars are going to handle. I've got to remember I've got to brake. Oh, yeah. See, I've got to brake so early because, yeah, the brakes on an F2 car really aren't as strong and powerful as an F1 car. Oh, wow, it was close to the wall. Alright, that one completed. 10 to go. Wow, we massively outbraked ourselves there. We're up to 8th anyway. DRS activated. Come on. He defended it well. We'll have a second bite of the cherry though. I like the way the AI are quite aggressive, aren't they?
Devon is 3 places ahead of you right now.
Oh. Ballsed up a little bit. It's not easy to make a pass on these guys. Hopefully this is the same sort of level I can expect from the F1 guys as well, where you've really got to, you know, sort of really concentrate. You can't just throw it up there anymore when they jump out of the way. They will fight you. That was a better exit. Hopefully we should get the move done this time.
Devon's in P4 at the moment.
Oh, we've outbraked ourselves. Fuck it, I'll keep the position. He doesn't give me a warning or a hand back the position penalty. We'll keep it. So now we've got to try and chase down Luca Giotto. Good exit. Onto lap 8, but I think Giotto might have DRS as well. He does. Gaining ever so slowly. Ah!
Devon is a couple of places up on you.
And that, I think, has killed it for us. So just come out and start the final lap then. We've got Fukuzumi back up behind me. Giotto's disappeared. Unless Devon retires, we're not getting anything out of this. And to be honest, I don't think this scenario is set up for Devon to retire. Yeah, the move. I thought I nailed it. I just went in just I might have made the corner, to be honest, if Russell wasn't there in the way. But yeah, it was a silly move by me. Oh, Fukuzumi does manage to get past because we're slow with the understeer damaged front wing. And that's just down to 7th place, which we should be able to hold to the end of the race. So we're not going to win the title. Oh well. So last couple of corners to go. Then our team won the race, which is nice. Devon Butler does finish in 4th place. He's won the title, and we're in 7th.
Devon, much as it hurts, we admit that was a great drive today. Congratulations on the championship as well.
Well, I'm sure you thought you had me for a while, but I guess your luck just didn't hold out. Oh, I haven't got long. Could I have a quick word?
Sure.
Privately.
Oh, okay. I'll see you later then.
So, I'm sure you've probably already heard, but if you haven't, I'm going to be racing in the F1 Championship next year. Now, I don't know what your plans are, But let me give you some friendly advice. Don't try following me. For sure. You might get an offer from one of the smaller teams, probably someone desperate, and then you'll be stuck in P18 all season with Cartro. And you won't ever really be able to challenge me. But you stick it out here for another year, now that I'm gone, you've got a fighting chance of winning next year. And if you can manage that, I'm sure one of the larger teams would love to have you. As a development driver. Oh, look out for yourself, yeah?
Man, he does not want to race you. Stay in F2? Ridiculous. I was listening to the whole thing.
Too bad for Devon, though. I'd be shocked if you don't have an F1 contract offer already.
And if my deal pans out, man,
His head is going to explode.
Ah, welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. It's time we had the big conversation about your next move. Your performance at the F2 Championships last year got you a lot of attention from the Formula One teams. Some of it more positive than others. I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubt is over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. Now, as your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula One seat.
Okay, here we go. So it looks like we can sign with every team, which is mental. And our value to the team now, as you can see, with the Ferrari team, the Haas team and the Alfa Romeo team is higher than all of the others. That's obviously because we're with the Ferrari Driver Academy. Now, it's quite easy for me to go straight to Ferrari and be in a championship winning car straight away. But where's the fun in that? You know me, I've done Sauber career modes over the last 3 games. 16 was late onto it. 17, I went quite deep into that. 18, if you can't remember, there was basically nothing from me, really. I had a season and a half all saved up ready to upload, and then it was corrupted and I couldn't find it again, so I lost heart in that. Tried to do a Williams one, got 4 races in and realised I'm just not feeling it anymore. So I want to give it a real good go this time then. So not too sure where to go. My heart says Alfa Romeo because I've been a part of that team since 2016. But Williams as well, you know, to try and help them up the order a little bit. But I think Alfa Romeo could be a good starting block. I want to be a little bit competitive to start the season. You know, the Williams team will be quite a long way behind in development, and it's probably going to be until possibly the end of season 1 where we start to catch up to the likes of Alfa Romeo and Toro Rosso. So I think I'm going to choose Alfa Romeo. Stay where I know best. Sportsmanship is the attitude preference as well, so that's quite good. Just basically say the team this, the team that, it's all wonderful in the team, and that should go up well to help us. So I think then we'll stick to what we know, stay with the Sauber team, which is now Alfa Romeo, and we'll start our career with them. So then these are the contract perks. This is the contract that's offered to us. So the proposed contract value there is the white bar, our value is the red bar. Obviously, the higher our value is, the more we can go for into our contract. So the expected qualifying race position is both 18th. Team order to be second driver. Not too sure who that would be. I assume it would be to Raikkonen. I don't think I've ever done a career mode in any game where Raikkonen's been my teammate, so that'd be fun. Team go hard as well, so that'd be a bit of a challenge, but it will bring more resource points. No race bonus, no simultaneous development bonus. We've got minor upgrade time reduced by 1 week, and we've got 10% quicker in the pit stops, which could prove to be a little bit helpful, as we'll be obviously making pit stops in the 50% races that we do. So we'll just go up here. We'll have a look at Ferrari. What do they offer? Nothing, absolutely nothing. Expected qualifying races in second driver team go hard. What's Mercedes? No contract perks. Red Bull, no contract perks. Renault, they give level 1 race bonus and level 1 simultaneous development. What is Williams, just out of interest? 19th, second driver hard, level 1 race bonus, Level 1 upgrade speed, level 1 pit stop efficiency. So the no, we'll go to Alfa Romeo. Yeah, this is the one we'll choose Alfa Romeo.
Excellent choice. From my conversations with them, they're going to be very excited to pursue this opportunity with you. I'll let them know our intentions immediately. I'll have to clean up some final details with them, but that's what you pay me for. Other than that, congratulations. You've earned it.
Oh, hey, you're here. I'll catch up with you. Sorry, I'm just on my way out, but your workstation's at the back over there. It should be all set up on the network, but let the guys know if it isn't. From there, you can access all the data you need to help us direct development of the car. Get yourself settled, and then head out to practice when you're ready. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Welcome to your new team. Alfa Romeo Racing is the kind of team that other privateers aspire to be. No matter the challenges they face, this is a team that rises to the occasion and makes it out the other side. They need someone who can be consistent, resilient, and determined. And there's no doubt in my mind that you can give them those qualities.
So here we are then. We're in the workstation area, pretty much the same as it was on 2018. You see everyone working around. That's Raikkonen opposite me, so we've replaced Giovinazzi. Sorry to any Antonio Giovinazzi fans out there. So yeah, this is the workstation. So yeah, we've got 3 practice sessions qualifying the race, of course. I quite like the colours and the blocky writing as well. It's quite nice. I quite like it. So the message is in. Frederick Vasseur, hi Alex. Welcome to the team. Between yourself and Kimi, I'm sure we can have a fantastic season. Tutorials are available from Carl to tell us about the practice programs, but we don't need to. Contract summary then. I've attached a reminder of your current contract terms. Minimum qualifying race position 18th, driver status 2nd, driver team go hard. We've also got R&D perks of upgrade speeds and pit stop efficiency. Goals update then, finish 13th or better in the next 2 weekends and we claim an extra 600 resource points. I'm not going to make any predictions, but it could be a bit difficult. Weekend preview then, this is just basically telling us about the drivers' constructor standings, the tyres and the circuit, and the weather forecast as well. Sunny into cloud for qualifying, cloud, sunny, cloud in the race. So we'll go through to the other screens. So this is obviously our contract then, I've already just gone over. Our value there is a lot higher being with Alfa Romeo because they're part of the Ferrari Driver Academy which we've signed up to. So already our value is higher than the contract value. We want to try and get it as high as possible because it means that when we get a new contract, I think like 2018 it'll be after every 4 races. Then we can get better stuff for ourselves, better perks, that sort of thing as well. A rookie to veteran status, we've moved up a little bit already, probably because of our good performance in the F2 season. And then we have the rival page.
Respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favourable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.
Yep, so this is the same as 2018. Raikkonen will always be my main rival, and then probably after a race or 2 we can choose another rival if we deem necessary. And this is obviously our driver details for how many teams we've joined, laps we've done, points we've scored, blah de blah de blah. Research and development, this is quite important. So on the right hand side there you see this might be patched during the next few weeks or coming months depending on team performances. Codemasters said they took their performances from all the teams, I think, in the first 3 or 4 races of this season, or maybe even just the first 2, which is why Ferrari is slightly ahead of Mercedes, and I think we could all agree these days that Mercedes are quite clearly better than Ferrari. Aston Martin, Red Bull just behind in 3rd, and a big gap back to Renault. Haas, I'm not going to call them Racing Point, you can just get away with that. Force India, they'll always be Force India to me. McLaren and Toro Rosso, then us just behind Toro Rosso, and then Williams a little bit way back as well. So a good choice than it was to be with Alfa Romeo. We're not the worst team out there. So this is the R&D screen, again exactly the same as it is on 2018. Powertrain, we've got 20 upgrades available, 26 for the aerodynamic, 25 for the chassis. So I think quite a lot different there actually. It's got, I think, a couple more. We'll have a quick look. Powertrain, we're in the middle because we're using a Ferrari engine, the same as the Haas and the Ferrari team. So we're ahead of Honda and Renault. And we're also, we're behind Mercedes, so that's sort of understandable. Chassis department, second worst, but a long way ahead of Williams, so that's fine. We can improve that as the season goes on. And the aerodynamic, we are worst, but only just behind Williams as well. So Williams really are struggling here, so that's fine. No R&D in progress, no progress history of course coming into the first race of the season. And finally the vehicle management screen there, this tells us the wear on our various units including the gearbox as well. Practice gearbox is for FP1 and FP2, the event gearbox is for FP3, qualifying and the race. So the event gearbox will have more wear in it compared to the practice gearbox. And the weekend tyre allocation, we've got the soft, the mediums and the hard, C4, C3 and C2. So there's not much else really to look at then. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll end the episode there actually is what we'll do, because it's been a long old episode I think so far once I edit all this down. I think possibly it could be an hour long, which is going to be quite mental. Not too sure how I'm going to compile the episodes going into the future. I'm thinking maybe do a little intro at the beginning of each race weekend, talk about various upgrades, what we're going to do. Then I'll do FP1 and FP2 off camera, then FP3 and qualifying as one episode, and then like an extended highlight package of the race for a second episode. So rather do one episode, one like weekend per episode, I'll do 2 episodes, see how that goes. If I'm finding out that, you know, the episodes are too short or there's not enough going on, then I'll compile it all together and do one long episode, which I did before. But I want a bit of variety as well, keep the race separate from everything else. But for now we'll end the first episode here. That is the introduction to the game, the F2 scenario situation as well. We've joined the Alfa Romeo racing team, and in the next episode we'll see us at the track for FP1, our first practice session in an F1 car on 2019. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all for the next episode very soon.